Hello students. Now in this video, I will demonstrate to you how to construct an inscribed circle to a triangle. Now an inscribed circle is basically a circle that is constructed on the inside of a plane figure that touches all the sides of that plane figure tangentially. And if we can remember the concept of a tangent, is where a line touches a circle without cutting. So the circle is constructed within the triangle and it must touch all three sides of that triangle without cutting. All right, so information given here would be the length for the sides of the triangle. The triangle is labeled as ABC and the length for AB is 80. So we can assume that it's an equilateral triangle with all the sides being 80 mm. So I'll go straight into the steps in constructing that triangle. Now, the first thing we would need to do is draw the baseline of that triangle to the given measurement, which is 80. All right, so I draw my line 80 mm. Additionally, I label. Good. Now, after that, I would need to get the other two sides. And of course, I'm just going through this for persons who may have forgotten how to construct a rectangle, sorry, a triangle, when given the length of the sides. So I scribe an arc above, and then I go from B and intersect that arc. All right, so that now will give me a triangle ABC. All right, so the top there would be labeled as C. Now let me just bring this down a little bit to the bottom. Good. Now that is the step. That's the first step, right? Construct the given triangle. Step two, now we'd have to bisect any two angles within this triangle. We know triangles have three angles, all right? So we bisect any two angles. So let's say we bisect this angle at B, right? If you can remember the steps in bisecting an angle, you scribe your arc at any measurement, then you go from one end, you scribe an arc in the middle, and then you go from the other and intersect that arc. Good. And then you do the same from the other side or from any other angle. Right, you draw the arc, come from the first intersection of the arc and the line, scribe another arc in the middle, and then you go from the other intersection and you intersect that arc. Now, when you finish with that, you draw lines from A through that intersection. All right, from A through that intersection. And then from B through the other intersection. Now, where these two lines intersect, at that point, we label O, right? That would be the center of the circle that we're looking for, right? That point would be O. All right, so just to recap, we constructed a triangle, then we bisected two angles within the triangle. Where the two bisectors meet, that will be center O. All right, that would be center O. Now what you need to do is place the compass point at center O, open to a radius of a radius that would touch the side of the triangle, right? So you would have to adjust that. There is no direct size for that or radius for that. So you would have to utilize a particular radius that would suit. Now, what happens if you don't do the constructions accurately? All the sides will not touch, as you can see here. Just a minute. So, but that's the idea, right? We are trying to obtain a circle that will touch all the sides of this triangle. So as long as you do everything accurately, it should touch. All right, it should touch. And of course, if you are like me in what I did here, right, where it's not completely accurate, you will end up with some problems like this, where one side does not touch. And sometimes you'd have another side cutting and all of those things, right? It might pass through the line and so on. All right, so this is a little better. However, when I drew the circle first, you know, I did not get it accurate, but because the software can allow me to move the circle, I can adjust it. But of course, when you're doing yours, you know, you would not have that feature, right, to move your circle and those things. So you need to ensure that you get it done correctly and accurately so that the circle would touch all three sides. All right, so remember, inscribed circles are circles that touches the are on the inside of a plane figure and touches all the sides tangentially. All right, and it is constructed by bisecting two angles within the shape. So when you bisect the two angles, you get a center and you draw the circle. All right, so thank you for watching. I do hope this video would have helped you. And now you can complete your task. Goodbye.